Greetings, Internet! Hello and salutations. My name is Sani Fahuri, aka Darth Caboose, and welcome to my channel. Today we are going to be doing something a little special. We're going to be playing Sid Meier's Civilization 6. Say that 5 times fast. And I've been playing this quite a bit the past couple of days. I'm currently in Oman right now on vacation. I guess you could call it that. And I've had a bit of free time, and so I figured I'd get into some Civ 6 action. In fact, my most recent game was one of playing as the Americans on Emperor difficulty, and I did win that with a cultural victory, but I want to try kicking it up a notch and playing on Deity. So, before we begin, just show you some of the options that I have here. I like to have quick combat and quick movement turned off, at least for the first couple of eras of the game. As the map grows larger and you have more units to control, I will typically turn this on later on. But for now, I'll leave them off. I also have the one turn between autosaves, always very handy to have. I do not expect myself to be scum saving here, but I do know that there are some issues with issuing commands to units, and sometimes the left mouse button may be incorrectly interpreted as a move order, so if that does happen, which results in catastrophic results, I may have to reload a save, so keep that in mind. And of course we'll have the amazing anime time of day turned on, which just adds a great flavor to the game in terms of seeing a day sunset cycle. Very, very pretty. I don't have the most impressive machine around, so the settings are not that impressive, but it is doable. And the Civ series has always been very lenient towards lower-end machines, I should say. Okay, so we'll just leave it at that and get started. So, single player, of course, and we're going to create a game, and we are going to be playing on Deity difficulty, which is the highest difficulty of the game. And to keep things relatively quickly, we'll be playing on online speed, which is a step above quick. It's literally double the speed of standard, which is great for people who don't want to wait around pressing the end turn button. I should say my first game was a marathon with the Americans, and towards the last 200 turns, I was just going crazy, pressing the next turn button. So, yeah, I probably won't ever do that ever again. In terms of map type, I've already played with continents and with shuffle, I think. I'll try the Island Sea looks interesting. Let's try that one. And then finally for the map size, let's play on a small map. The last one I played with was a huge one. I'll try playing with a small map instead. Now, as to the leader, I will not make it random. I have actually consulted a random number generator before we began, and the random number generator came up with 6. So, starting from the top, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and lo and behold, we will be playing as Gorgo of Greece, the Queen of Sparta. Advanced setup has a couple of options. I don't think I've ever played with these before, so I'm going to leave them as is. I do know that you could play with no Barbarians or no tribal villages, but I imagine on Deity that might just be a little too insane for the AI. The Barbarians do actually keep the AI in check, so let us begin and listen to Sean Bean narrating history for us.
From the first stirrings of life beneath water, to the great beasts of the Stone Age,
wow,
to man taking his first upright steps, you have come far. Now begins your greatest quest. From this early cradle of civilization on towards the stars.
Gorgo, Queen of Sparta, glory to you and your loyal hoplite armies. Greece savours the blessings from Ares that every victory brings, and your people applaud your thoughtful governance and cultural marvels. Stand proud, for the legacy of Greece and of your achievements will be told over and over again for generations. So, Gorgo is one of the only civs in Civilization 6 that, well, sorry, I should rephrase that. The Greek Empire is the only civilization in Civilization 6 that starts off with 2 leaders in the base game. There is Pericles, who's the original one that was originally announced, and then Gorgo came towards the end as a bit of a surprise, although not a huge surprise if you follow the subreddit. So, common to Greece is the sort of bottom half of this features and abilities tier, which is Players Republic, which is the unique ability, I guess you could call it, which is the government of Greece has an extra wildcard policy slot, regardless of the government they pick. Hoplites are their unique land unit, which gains extra strength as they stand next to each other and fight. And the Acropolis replaces the Theater District as the Greeks' unique district. And I think this just has some better adjacency bonuses in terms of culture generation. Now, where Pericles differs with Gorgo is that she is much more combat-oriented, in that anytime she kills a unit with a Greek unit, she gets 50% of the combat strength of the defeated unit in culture. And that can be a very, very strong way of boosting your cultural game early and actually throughout the entire game. So, let us begin and see what we have here. Okay, so, as always, start of the game, we have to take a moment to look around and see where we want to settle our first city. By the way, awesome musical note. I gotta say, I love the music in this game a lot. And it's very cool at the start of the game how no music is playing, but you'll see once we found our first city that the main theme for Greece, which is I forget what it's called. I think it's the Sekifos term eludes me. But when we do settle our first city, you'll hear that music coming on, which is great. Now, one thing I always like to do is I like to move my warrior first to get some more information about the lay of the land. So I am going to, well, let's see. We would get more information if we moved from here to this forest hill tile over here. But as we can see right now, just looking at the center as he is right now, we can see there are a couple of good resource tiles. There is some stone here. In fact, let's turn on the show yield icon. We got some stone here, which is a great source of production early on. We have some sheep, which will become even more production when we put a pasture down. We have coffee over here, which is a bit of culture, and a great source of rice. And this is all we can see right now. There's some wheat over here. If we move over here, we should get some more information about what's on this side. And, okay, look at that. So, we have another coffee over here, which is fantastic because it's within range 3 of the city, if we found right here. This salt is a bit out of reach, but that's fine. I think this is a fantastic place to settle, and we have some great mountain ranges here where we can place some campus and holy site districts later on. So let us just begin and found our city. And right on cue, there's the music in the background. Alright, so, opening moves. So, of course, we have Code of Laws going down the civics tree. In terms of our tech tree, I think our first choice is going to be to cap this stone here, which requires mining. And even though the stone is... well, the stone's right there, that's fine. Then we'll probably want to get animal husbandry so we can cap the sheep. And eventually then pottery. We'll have our worker work that wheat tile over there, which will give us the boost towards being able to get irrigation done. So let's begin with that. We'll start with mining. And we will tell Sparta to begin with a... early builder might not be a bad idea, but a scout could be really, really good too. And this is probably one of the best parts about Civilization 6. Whereas in Civilization 5, the vast majority of the internet had sort of figured out the optimal middle order, which was like 95% of the time it was like scout, scout, monument, or scout, monument, scout. In this game, it's not quite there yet. I mean, do you get a scout, or do you ignore scouts and just go for slingers, which is also a reasonable alternative. Now, because there's a lot of hills here, and I'm seeing some forests up north, I think a slinger may not be fast enough. So I'm going to go with an early scout to kick things off. And if you look at our city tiles, we can see our one worker is working on the stone. I think I may want him to actually work the sheep instead, which will get us a population 1 turn faster, although it will make the scout 1 turn slower. It's a bit of a trade-off, but I don't know. I always like food first to a slight degree, because I think by the time the population is born, I don't know. We'll have to keep track of this. So 3 turns in, we'll see if the scout's built at the same time, even though it's 3 to 4. Okay, so we'll press next turn, and we'll move on. So our warrior is able to move. We'll just have him stay close and move forward. I'm going to have him move next to the river, so he can maybe cross over if need be. Okay, I'm seeing some tundra down here, which means this is probably the bottom part of the map, and indeed, we get some confirmation down here that this is the bottom part of the map, so we probably don't want to explore that way. We want to probably go this way with our scout. And next turn. Nothing else to do. Okay, so one turn remaining. So in light of this being tundra, I think I'm going to go down a little bit more. Just take a look-see. Okay, ooh, marsh, very nice. And one more. And I think next turn we'll cross over the river and then walk back towards this city. Okay, great. So let's keep track of this production over here. So... not quite. Alright. I remember in Civ 5, you could have a population pop out and work a tile, and whatever yields that tile made would count immediately for that turn. I'm not sure if that works for Civ 6, though. It's interesting. Alright, so that is that. So it's going to be done next turn for sure. And let's just take a look at our yields here. I think we can turn that off. It'll be working that again. And we'll have our warrior walk over here. Okay, some coffee. Great.
Who deserves more credit than the wife of a coal miner?
Yes, who does indeed. So we got our mine improvement and our quarry improvement done, and mining is complete. And let's now move on to the second part of the plan, which is animal husbandry. Learning how to tame animals. Okay, I think I'm going to start with a builder here. Although I think the buy cost is 100. You may want to save it for a slinger instead. Yeah. Okay, well, that'll be the plan. So our scout is going to... Well, the warrior's going to go up this way, so I think we'll have him go out this way instead. And let's see more of the bottom half of the map. Tundra's a bit early on here, so we'll probably have him go this way. I can see the start of a river over here. And our warrior will come up back this way. Next turn. Got some desert here. No oases in sight, but this could be a Petra spot. Petra, the much loved wonder from Civilization 5, makes its return here in Civ 6 as an amazing wonder to get early on. Okay. Oop, I see borders. It's probably... That might be a city-state, so let's go say hi to them. And next one we'll have some production done. And indeed it is! So, who are you? And it's Jakarta. Alright, so their quest is to trigger a Eureka from Masonry, which requires building a quarry, which I think we'll be able to do when we... Hang on. Is stone a quarry? Let's see, stone... Yeah, stone is a quarry. Okay, great. So we'll get that boost when we use the worker to cap that stone there. Fantastic. And Jakarta is a city-state, and city-states in Civ 6 are kind of like in Civ 5. They're classified by different types. Jakarta is a economic city-state in that they provide extra gold for you. And... unique to Civ 6 is every single city-state has a unique suzerain bonus, which is a bonus you get when you send 3 envoys, and have at least 3 envoys and have the most envoys of any civilization. And for Jakarta, it's your trading posts, which are generated by your trade units, give you 1 extra money in foreign cities. Wait, your trading posts in foreign cities provide +1 gold to your trade routes passing through them. So basically, if you can set up a nice long chain route to foreign cities, you can make a lot of money that way. Now, not a great bonus early on, but the 4 gold in the capital is going to help a lot. So, we'll just say awesome at that point. Okay, I think we want our scout to go up here. See a mountain range over there. Just click these off, and warrior will go up here. Oh, but what is that symbol? Looks like a teapot. Alright, I guess there are silver teapots. Next! So our science is picking up a little bit, but our culture is still pretty low.
But authority that makes a law.
Wise words. Alright, so we've completed our first civic of the game, which unlocks some policies, which means we can get cracking. And because we're playing as Greece, we get an extra wildcard policy slot, which is great. So let's think about what we want to do first. So, certainly God King for the extra faith, which is our only source of faith early on. And the money is nice. I think we also want urban planning for the extra production. And we haven't seen any barbarians yet, so our last choice is between discipline, which is more strength against barbarians, which is amazing, or survey, which is for extra experience for recon units. I think I'm going to go with survey. Just for now. We may change it on as we go along. And let's see what we want to choose next. Okay, so our worker is going to be coming out, and he will be tasked with improving tiles. So I think I'm going to go for craftsmanship, because I'm not sure as to when I would find a second continent to get that other Eureka boost, or that inspiration, I should call it. Alright, so we got a scout here. That's not great. I think next turn I can buy a slinger, because I'll be one short. Boo. Alright. So I think we'll just... Let's go poke at the scout. Poke. Poke! And because of that extra double XP, the scout is ready to level up, which is pretty good. We're just gonna go this way. Oh, we got a camp. Let's go over here, just explore some more area. We have yet to see a goody hut, which is depressing. Welcome to civilization, I guess. Where you never get one.
Dogs in heaven. Then when I die, I want to go where they went.
I would too. Alright, so our builder is ready. Now we are going to work on pottery. And our scout has a upgrade ready for him. He could chase after the enemy scout, but I don't know. I don't think it's worth him just chasing after him when we're going to have a slinger next turn. So let us... So, cool trick, as you know, or may not know. Whenever you upgrade in Civilization 6, you do get an upgrade bonus, which you pick by, through a certain tech tree here. But when you do pick an upgrade, your turn immediately ends. Well, the turn of the unit you're selecting ends. So to sort of get around that, you can actually move the unit sort of one less than his maximum movement, so 2 in this case, and then you can pick the upgrade afterwards. So I could do a bit of exploring and then pick the upgrade. So I could move him here, for example, and over here. And then while I could move him here, I could just say, you know what, I'm just going to upgrade instead. So what do we have? What do we have? Hills or woods or forests? I have seen more hills than forests. I'm going to go with the hills. Boom. Alright, fully healed, very nice. And since our builder is done, we will now work on a... Let's get a scout. Let's get a slinger out, and I'll buy one next turn as well. Our warrior is going to come down here. Goody hut! Can't get it this turn. Do I want to bash these guys? No, I'm going to wait, because we don't have the +5 bonus from that yet. Let's go cap off this quarry. And next turn. Alright. We've been spotted! Alright, so let's move this guy here to protect the worker, although I don't think enemy barbarian scouts can capture workers anyway. I think you have to try really, really hard for them to do so. We will cap the quarry, which will get us the boost to Eureka, the Eureka to Masonry, which will complete the city-state quest, which is very nice, and we are now 2 of the 3 required to get the next suzerain bonus, which is, again, not very useful. So we'll just click those off, and our scout is ready to move. I think we're going to have them follow the river, see what awaits us. Over there, over there. Let's go after that goody hut. Ooh, Another scout. Very nice. And the scout can move immediately, which is great. Now we could have him chase after this enemy scout, or we could do some exploring of our own. I think we will use this great advantage to do some exploring. And at home, we're going to purchase another slinger for the defense. Are you ready for a settler? I think so. Let's take a look at our settler view, which is a great view to see how much water you can get with your starting city. This could be a good spot, as could over here, which is a lot of food, although the production's pretty low. Many great spots. Let's do it. Settler. Next turn. Okay, so next up, I think I want to improve the sheep, because that's relatively close by. We're going to have our slingers chase after. I'll have this guy sort of cut him off this way while doing some exploring. Did I pick the hill? No, I picked the... No, I did pick the hill. Oh, I'm smart. I'm a smart guy. Great. And then we get to forests, which is unfortunate. Okay. Warrior is... Ooh, we can get a kill on that. Well, we can't get them this turn, but we'll go here to slow him down. And... Craftsmanship is getting very close to completing. To getting to that 50% mark, I mean. Another city-state met.
No man ever wetted clay and then left it, as if there would be bricks by chance and fortune.
Alright. Ooh, it's Lisbon, which is very similarly colored to Jakarta. Yellow? Yellow. Oh, because they're both economic city-states, I guess. Weird. Alright, so more money. Always good. And Lisbon, I think, has a more... no, it's questionable as well. Their suzerain bonuses. Your trader units are immune to being plundered on water tiles, which I'm not sure we're going to have any water trade for a while, so maybe not that useful. Their city quest is to send them a trade route, which I think we can do early on. Alright, so click those off, and let's see. Pottery is done. So now we can focus on the next big thing, which is probably going to be irrigation, because we're working towards capping that wheat over there, which we can get the boost for. So let's go ahead and get started on that. Goes over here with the intention of capping that, and the scout is getting away. Somebody stop him! This way, and we will have our scout take a poke at this guy, and because of our double XP benefit, he's going to be able to promotion next turn. And I don't know where he's going to, but I imagine he may have found another civilization over here and is about to call in reinforcements, so we may not want to kill him. Okay. Excellent. Having discovered another continent, we realize there is a wide world of trading opportunities, and if we check our continent lens, we can see that indeed we are on the continent of Mu. Like the Greek letter. How appropriate! We're the Greeks! And this is the continent of Pangaea Ultima. What? I'm the Ultima Pangaea over here. No one's more Ultima than me. Or at least Gorgo. Alright, so we'll just do some more exploring over here. Here it needs orders. Let's have you come down like this, and over like here. And that's that because you can't cross the river. Okay, so we're going to stop craftsmanship because it's going to be a bit overfilling if we did that. And we're about to get the 3 improved tiles eventually. And because we found the boost to foreign trade, we'll just start on that one and switch over when we finally get the 3 tiles built. Optimizing! It's how you play Civ. Is that the... That is a coastline. Alright. Next turn. Ah, he's getting away. Alright, so... Here's our scout. I think I'm going to have him move 1 space, 2 space over here, and then we'll promote him so he can walk faster through. I think I want the woods and rainforest, because if you're going to go this way... Well, hang on. It's kind of a waste for him to go this way, I think. I should have him go down. Alright, in that case, we'll have him get the hill so we can quickly cross over here. Alright, let's get the boost. Very nice. And that is that capped, and we'll have our worker improve that, which is a pasture. With animals now domesticated to pastures, it is time to learn to ride. Yes, because when you see sheep, you think about riding them. Yep. Okay, so warrior's going to come out over here, and then down over here. Okay, so good job playing that scout. Let's go deal with this barbarian camp and get some great culture going on. By the way, we got some culture when we killed that scout, which is pretty good. You can see foreign trade has advanced a lot because of that. Okay, everything good? Settler in 2 turns. I want to take a look at this right here. So, okay, so we've got working the 2 food tiles, which is great. Amazing how this wheat tile is not as good as this one. I think it's because this is a plains. Yeah, it's a plains. Yeah, and plains are like 1 food, 1 production, whereas grassland is 2 food, 1 production. Apparently, interesting. Oh, it's 1 production because of the hill. That's why. Very interesting. All right, next turn. I like how defensible Sparta is. It's surrounded by hills. It's gonna make it a lot easier to defend later on, or more difficult to defend. If the enemy units get on there, it's gonna be hard to dislodge them. Okay, 1 more moving over here. Very good. Okay. All right, let's move this guy over here. Now, I will point out, there is actually an exploit where you can delete a unit and get back half of the money you would have spent if had you bought the unit. And this is regardless of the health or the number of build charges that a worker has. This is, by the way, the very, very, first 1.0 release of Civilization 6, so this is true as of today. I suspect that will be changed very soon. I will not be engaging in these sort of exploits because they're silly, 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 silly exploits, and I'm going to beat Deity the hard way. The only time I'll ever sell units is if, I need to save money on the budget, or if something's about to get killed, and... No, I don't know. I may just choose not to ever sell anything. We'll see. Okay, Scout's going to come out over here. Maybe I should have sent him over there. Oh well. And let us have our slingers all head towards this camp over here. Okay, Scouty McScout face is going to go over here. And we get to another river, which we can cross next turn. And it looks like this is also a coast, maybe? I don't know. It's kind of hard to see. No, very hard to see. Alright, and next turn.
Every nation lives by exchanging.
Fantastic. Okay, foreign trade is done. Change policies. I think I'm going to leave survey on for now. I'm not seeing a lot of barbarians. I think we'll have the next policy done by the time we, their slingers get to the barbarian camp, so we can leave it there. Caravansary is not very useful right now, and production towards naval units, well, we're not by the coast, so not very useful right now either. We're going to click that off and continue on. Or rather, I will not continue on. It is turn 15. I'm going to put a cut in this video, and thank you guys all so much for watching, and I will see you all next time for part 2 of our Let's Play Civilization 6 as Gorgo, Queen of Sparta. Until then, see you next time.